Good morning, everyone. This is Philip Eshted speaking live from the Manga Club here at the European Cricket League. It's day 2, ladies and gentlemen, and what a day 1 it has been. And this morning we will see the champions of France, Dreux, against the champions of Romania, Cluj. So maybe let's have a look at the league table so far in that group. Rotterdam is so far dominating the group with 2 played and 2 won. Swanholm played 1, won 1, so they are still on top of this. And then you've got Dreux with 2 played and 2 losses, and Cluj played 1 and lost 1. So it's a final for Cluj. Basically, they still have a chance to reach the semis, but they will have to perform really, really well this morning. So it's Cluj Cricket Club from Romania. Cluj is around 450 kilometers away from Bucharest, against Dreux Cricket Club in around 8 minutes' time. So my colleague, Vinny Sandhu, he is down at the pitch to have a look at the conditions.
Hello and welcome to Manga, Spain for day 2 of the European Cricket League. The inaugural version will see 8 national champions vie to be crowned the kings of European cricket. Let's have a look at this pitch. Now, yesterday it saw a colossal 1,119 runs scored at almost 11 and over. And they've done pretty well to bring it back up today. There's a healthy covering of grass. There's a little bit of moisture underneath. Now, perhaps that will give some assistance to the seam bowlers. But later in the day, we expect it to dry out a little bit and perhaps give some more assistance to the spinners. I think it's going to be a tough day for the bowlers with these 50-metre boundaries. I'm expecting 6s and 4s, really high scores, pain for the bowlers, and plenty of maximos. Now let's head over to Uvesh Yadav, who's got the 2 captains for the toss.
All right, everybody, it's toss number 1 of day 2. I've got the 2 captains to my left. I've got the Romanian captain from the Cluj Cricket Club, and of course, I've got also the Dreux Cricket Club captain. I've also got the match referee. Thank you very much. It's a bright day. Looking forward to a good day of cricket, and I think you will toss and you will call. So if the match referee can hand you over the coin. Okay, so you called heads, and what is it? Okay, so tails it is. I don't know. You win. What do you choose?
We choose to bowl first.
And what is the reason?
Conditions as well as the learnings from yesterday.
Yeah.
And also looking at the ground dimension, it's always good to chase. We know.
You think it's better to have a score up front and then chase that?
Yeah.
And of course, talking about the conditions, yesterday you came into play at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody was grilling into kebabs, I think, at that time. And of course, it's morning now, completely different. Can you tell us a little bit about the conditions?
The condition looks great, except the fact that there is a little bit of dew on the field. Yeah. That's what we would like to take as an advantage, and that's why we decided to bowl.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best. And if I can just have you, you're happy with the decision?
Yes, I am so much happy. But I want ball first, but I lose the toss, and now it's bat first.
Yesterday as well, it was. How do you think the game went for you? You played 2 games, lost 2. Was it tough? Was it the decisions that you made? You made some mistakes in the team selection, or you think you just didn't read the conditions properly?
No, I choose team is well, but I not good batting, and I lose game.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the very best for today. So, well, that's the news from the pitch right now. Cluj has won the toss and elected to bowl first.
So Cluj won the toss, and they want to take advantage of the dew on the outfield. And yeah, you've just seen him in his lovely suit and with his perfect shirt. I mean, we'll have to have a look at this later on again. It's Vinny Sandhu with me here in the commentary box.
Thanks very much, Philip Barkstadt. And yes, everyone loved your Hawaiian shirt yesterday, so I tried to see you and raise you there for the pitch report today. Let's have a closer look at this pitch. And as I said downstairs, yesterday it produced over 1,100 runs at an average run rate of 10.76 and over. Now, This morning, I know there was a bit of dampness around. There's a bit of dew around from overnight. Now, the ground staff have done a great job to sweep that off the field, so the ground's in great condition. But with these 50-metre boundaries, I think the bowlers are in for some pain. But I do think there might be some in it. Of course, with these brand new Kookaburra balls, they can do a bit off the deck. But the bowlers, they have to do a better job of getting the ball in the right place.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to some of the Maximos. Whenever there's a six called, we're going to hear some big Maximo from Vinny.
Well, you know, we really enjoyed yesterday. We saw plenty of consecutive Maximos as well. Twice we saw 6 sixes hit in 7 balls faced from batsmen, and that's something you don't see every day. And we just see downstairs the umpires make the way out to the middle. Let's have a look at the Dreux Cricket Club from the northeast of France, led by their skipper, Mohamed Bati. They've got Zahir Amar, the keeper, with Niaz Hama, Mohamed Shazab, then Sher Afridi Ahmad Nabi, Hakuk Alexandre, Afridi Yassin, Rab Nawaz, Cameron Naib, and Wahid Abdul. Wahid with his headband, already a cult figure in French cricket. So we look forward to seeing if Dreux can improve on their performances yesterday when they unfortunately weren't able to secure a win in either of their 2 games. So they're playing for pride, but we saw that they love to have some big swings and try and clear the fences.
Yeah, and of course we're looking forward to getting some score from Hamza as well. Now let's go over to Cluj. You have Arun Chandrasekaran, the captain, and Satwik Nadi Gotla, the keeper. And then of course you have Pavel Florin, who is apparently a bodyguard.
I can't wait to commentate Pavel Florin. Now, this man, he's 40 years old. He is built. I'm telling you, he is a professional bodyguard, and I'm looking forward to seeing him get in front of some bullets today in the infield. So, Pavel, born and bred in Cluj, Romania, and isn't it great to see a homegrown talent? I think he's only started playing cricket at 32 years of age. So today, he gets his chance to show his wares in front of a global audience.
And that's exactly why the European Cricket League has been formed, to find your club around wherever you are in Europe. You will find a cricket club nearby. And in Romania, for example, there is Gabriel Marin. He's the CEO of the Romanian Cricket Federation, and he just built a stadium, Mora Vlasi, near Bucharest, and that's where most of the games are being played. And so he just got interested because his son started to get interest in cricket, so he just built a cricket club there. But now it's Cluj coming onto the field. Here we are. They're all up and running. They're fit. They've only played 1 game so far. So what do you reckon? Is that an advantage on day 2?
I think so. It means they've had a bit of a chance to look at the other teams. They would have seen 2 games that Dreux have played. They'd know the tendencies of their batsmen. And just going back to what you were saying there, Phil, that Mora Vlasia ground just outside of Bucharest in Romania is a beautiful ground, has a turf wicket, and that is a big advantage because some of these countries, they still don't have the turf facilities, as we see the Dreux openers coming onto the ground.
Yeah, we're looking forward for Hamza and Nabi to score some runs today. Yesterday, Swanholm and Rotterdam definitely the favorites in this group, but you never know what's going to happen today. Cluj still have a good chance of making it up for yesterday, so let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here. The Dreux batsmen yesterday, they were taking some big swings. I'd like to see them trying to play some more traditional cricket shots, especially to the balls outside off stump. Yesterday, some of them were had their head in the sky, to be honest, as we see the opening batsman there, Niaz Hamza, the 23-year-old right-hander. They'll be very keen to get off to a good start, of course, in the power play, the first 3 overs. And just mentioning this 10-over format, haven't everyone enjoyed the 10-over format where it's all swings all the time, balls flying everywhere, stumps flying? Yesterday was action-packed. So this is the start of 6 T10 games today. 12 hours of action-packed European cricket coming your way on the European Cricket Network. It's going to be Taranjit Singh to bowl the first ball of day 2. Both these teams vying for their first win in the ECL. They're going to be hungry for success. And Taranjeet, the all-rounder, showed promise with the bat yesterday, scoring 42 in quick time. Just setting the field now. Slight delay. Remember, the fielding team only has 45 minutes to complete their 10 overs. If they don't do so, for every over they're behind, they'll be penalised 5 runs. So it is imperative that they are organised and get through these overs in a timely fashion. And already now for Taranjeet to begin day 2 of the European Cricket League.
Come on, boys! Back up, Aja Mama.
Push down to long on for a single by Hamza. Philip, we saw some big scores yesterday. What sort of a score do you think the Dreux batsmen will be looking to put on the board in game 1 today?
I think anything above 100 is a competitive score. Anything below 100 is difficult to defend, but not impossible as we saw yesterday. But now it's power play, only 2 fielders out and spin bowling.
Oh. Well bowled by Taranjeet there. Well flighted off spin delivery. So for those of you new to cricket, an off spinner, he's basically trying to spin the ball out of his fingers to spin left to right on your screen, back towards the batsman. This one is short, hit high and handsome. The first, Maximo. Ahmad Nabi pouncing on that short delivery from Taranjeet. He dragged it down. And these 50-metre boundaries give no margin of error for the bowlers. That one flying out of here. A fantastic stroke by Nabi.
It's set up so nicely. It was a perfect shot, good timing, but easy to hit.
He's on the leg stump, off the pad, hitting the bat in the follow-through. Past the keeper, Satvik Natagrodla, who, according to his teammate, the bodyguard, is funny and always complaining. I don't know if those two can coexist. Taranjeet in again. This one is short and down the leg side. Too much spin there from Taranjeet. Ahmad Nabi had an almighty swat at it. Wasn't able to make contact. Anything that passes behind the batsman, so with the right-handed batsman behind his legs, generally called wide. Pitched up on leg stump. Batsman prodding forward. Can't get any bat. And a good comeback here from Taranjeet. But the last ball of the over feels so important to close out. This is short and pulled away over square leg. 2 bounces and 4 runs. So Taranjeet letting himself down there after some good deliveries. There's 11 off the first over, and it's 11 for no loss.
Yeah, if you bowl short on this, then you get punished, especially as a spin bowler and in the power play where only 2 people are allowed outside of the ring. So don't bowl short, because these batsmen know how to hit the ball.
Well, these Dreux batsmen, they weren't very circumspect yesterday. Some of their wild swings. Now, some of them connected, some of them didn't. But that's what it's all about. Scoring as many runs as you can in the 10 overs. Of course, every over consists of 6 balls. And after those 10 sets of 6 balls, the teams will swap over. The fielding team will have their chance with the bat to try and pass the score of the team that batted first. Opening bowler at the Las Acacias end, Vasu Saini. This is prodded in the air. There's a bit of a mix-up. Ahmad Nabi very slow to get going. He's sent back. Direct hit, but safely home. Some communication issues there between the batsmen. Vasu Saini, as Michael McCann pointed out yesterday, moved to Romania for love after he struck up a relationship when he was studying in the country. They got married some time ago. And now permanently living in Romania since July 2017. He had a very good season in 2018 for Cluj. This is up, it's high, it's miles in the air, and a Maximo! 6 runs, Ahmed Nabi. Well, he might have been a little bit hesitant to get down the striker's end, but once he was down there, he made no mistake as he sent that one miles in the air and over the fence.
Yeah, and then you think, why do you take the risk of a quick single if you can hit 6s?
Come back now. He tries again, swinging across the line, over the tents. Maximo! Back-to-back 6s for Ahmed Nabi. And at that pace, you really can't afford to give the batsman anything short. You see on the replay, he spotted it early, kept his eye on the ball and sent it over the spectator tents. So consecutive 6s. We coined the term the batsman's hat-trick on day one, Philip, for 3 consecutive 6s.
He's testing our cameramen whether they're already awake.
Well, can Nabi do it again? How do you come back from that? Tries again. Did he try?
Much better ball.
And look, I love watching Dreux bat. We watched them yesterday, and yeah, there was definitely nothing held back by the batsman. Their aggressive intent. You see, this one, he wasn't really watching the ball. And he's just shaking his head a little bit there, thinking perhaps it wasn't the best shot he's ever played. This is a full toss. It's up, it's high over mid-on, over long on, it's gone! Maximo! The third 6 of the over. A full toss there, Vasu Saini. And at that pace, Nabi having no problems, could have put it pretty much wherever he wants it. He didn't get all of it. But you see on the replay there, all the way over the fence. New balls, please. And the last ball of the over. This is straight and hard. 1 bounce into the side screen, 4 runs. And that is 23 off the over. And an incredible start there for Dreux. So Vasu Saini, he might be lucky in love, but not so lucky with the ball.
Oh, and this, of course, because it hit the ground first and then goes over the boundary rope, it's 4 runs. If you hit it straight over the boundary, straight out of the park, it's 6 runs. And then you don't have to run, you don't have to even bother to run, because a run is only 1 run, and you don't need that if you can hit 6s and 4s.
That's right, the physical runs are irrelevant if you can send the ball to the boundary or over. Expert commentary there for our European viewers by former German international Philipp Bachstadt. And Taranjeet is going to bowl out his 2nd over. This is high in the air, 1 bounce, 4 runs, great shot from Hamza. And the Dreux batsman really being aggressive in the power play. Of course, only in the first 3 overs, 2 outfielders are allowed. So that plenty of space out there. Not a very risky shot if you just have to lift the ball over the infield.
Come on, Taran.
You hear the encouragement there from Satwik Nadikotla to his bowler, Taranjeet Singh. Worked off the legs for a single. And that's smart batting. It's not there to hit. Make sure you get some runs, at least a run. Get off strike. Brings the main man, Ahmed Nabi, back on strike. Around the wicket. Has a big swing. And going for that mid-wicket boundary. Called a wide there.
That's harsh.
I think the indicators are there and in the blue on the offside, and the umpire just feeling it perhaps was a little bit wider than that. This next ball is straighter on a good length. Respect from Nabi.
But don't bowl it short. Taranjeet, don't bowl it.
I hope he's listening to you, Philip. He comes in again now to Nabi. It's short, it's high, it's over the field for a Maximo. Philip Bachstadt obviously had some good advice, but it's a pity Taranjeet Singh can't hear him. because it was short, and worse, it was down the leg side. And a very low-risk shot there for Nabi. He's a six-hitting machine. He's already hit 5 sixes in 12 balls faced. And again now, it's up and in the air. 1 bounce and 4 runs. 4 carreras to Ahmed Nabi. So again, carnage in the power play, and that brings up the 50 for Dreux in only 17 deliveries. They've scored 51 runs without the loss of a wicket. Last ball of the over. More flights there from Taranjeet. Clever bowling. Nabi trying to repeat the dose. But clever variation there from the bowler. That's the end of Taranjeet Singh. He went for 28 off his 2 overs, and the score is 51 for no loss.
What do you do if the ball is on the leg side? Would you always let it go for a wide, or would you actually take the chance and hit it for 6?
I think it depends where it's pitched. If it's short, I think the batsman is thinking there's value in going for the boundary, especially with no one back there. Perhaps if you have outfielders back on the leg side, a smarter play is to let it go for a wide, take the run, take the extra delivery. But with these boundaries, really all batsmen are confident if they can hit it anywhere near the middle of the bat, that they're going to get value for that stroke. New bowler into the attack is Rajendra Pizal, another spin bowler. Now 5 outfielders are allowed for Cluj. Pizal in, it's up, it's straight in the air. The keeper, Nadagodla, and he takes the catch. So the young man there did a great job to keep his composure under the high ball. We saw a few of those dropped yesterday. The ball was swung up in the air, and the keeper taking control, the man with the gloves, it was always his catch. And Niaz Hamza departs. The first wicket for Cluj. Hamza goes for 7, and it's 51 for 1. On the replay there, you see swinging across the line, just skied it. Nadagodla, his heart would have been in his mouth. The ball was almost in his mouth as he caught it very close to his head. But how excited are the Romanians there? See Pavel Florin coming in and squeezing his teammate. You don't want to squeeze too hard, he might break him. Looks very strong. Number 80, Pavel Florin.
But it was bowled on the offside. It was a good length, and then batsmen are in trouble because they're trying to play across the line. Next in is Naib Kamran.
Naib Kamran, the number 3 for Dreux. Next ball is flighted on the leg stump, up and away. It's the Maximo. Ahmed Nabi picking up where he left off.
He's on 48 now.
48 off only 15 balls, including 6 Maximos. Incredible scenes there from Ahmed Nabi. And no Niaz Hamza, no worries for Ahmed Nabi as he picks up where he left off, and he's not going to stop the assault anytime soon. This is a full toss. Watch out. It's high. It's high. It's gone. Maximo. Back to back. Incredible scenes here at La Manga, Spain.
That brings up the 50, 54 of 16 balls.
And of those 54 runs, 42 of them have been in sixes. So incredible work.
In Maximos, you mean?
From the Frenchman, yeah, in Maximos. And I've got a feeling we might see another one here. As he's up, it's high, over mid-off. Maximo!
New ball, please.
A batsman's hat trick for Ahmed Nabi. Could we see the first century ever in the ECL in match 1 of day 2? This ball wasn't too bad. It was on the off stump, clears the front leg and sends it out of here. And if it keeps up at this rate, Philip, my voice will not be with us much longer. With 2 to come. Tries again, it's high, it's got a chance. Maximo! 4 consecutive sixes. And poor Rajendra Pizal, he bowled really well first ball to get a wicket. He had 1 for none, but 4 balls later, he has 1 for 24.
I mean, that is really something special because
Come on, Raj.
if you
Come on,
don't
Raj.
look
Win
at the
it, go on.
ball, you can't hit sixes. It's amazing.
And did he try for the fifth? You know he did. But what an over. And if you want action, you'll find it here in the ECL. That over went wicket. 6-6, 6-6 dot. And clickety-click 66. Ahmed Nabi off only 18 balls. Incredible striking. And we talked about these Dreux batsmen yesterday. They were aggressive. They missed more than they hit yesterday. But today, Ahmed Nabi lighting up the La Manga ground.
Yeah, Nabi yesterday, at least he got 22 against Rotterdam. But then Swanholm, he only got 3 runs. So nothing compared to today. Obviously, the bowling was probably a little bit sharper. But I was wondering, we've got behind our commentary box, we've got private premises. I was wondering how many Kookaburra balls they will be trying to sell to resell to us by the end of the tournament.
Look, they're in very good condition. Some of them have only been hit once. And they do retail for a pretty penny, the Kookaburra balls, the brand new white balls. We've got the skipper now, Aaron Chandrasekharan, to take up the attack from the Las Lomas end. Down the wicket. And edged. That was Naib's first ball. Naib Kamran edging that one to the third man fielder who's in the circle. Gaurav Narad
Come on, boy.
fields it sitting down. Why not? Ahmed Nabi, can he keep it going? It's a full toss. Do not bowl there. Maximo. And 6 runs. 6 more to Ahmed Nabi, who's raced to 72 off only 20 balls at a strike rate of 360, if you don't mind. Philip Buckster, we might be waiting for the oxygen masks to come down now because there's a full-blown emergency now for Cluj. This time he has another swing, and why not? What percentage is he hitting here? He's swinging at 100%. And I think he's probably 80% he's connecting with, and those that he's connecting with are going over the fence.
He hasn't scored a single.
Oh, strike 2. Ahmed Nabi.
Well, the captain is taking a little bit of responsibility now, which is good.
Badhiya, badhiya, mama.
But Nabi is so fired up. He has only scored 4s and 6s so far.
Incredible work from Nabi. Goes again. Oh, you've jinxed him there, Philip Buckshot. Oh, it's got through his legs. 4 runs.
He can't score singles. He just can't.
He's only scored boundaries. Where's the expert tip there from Philip Buckshot? As he hit it down to the long on, it looked like he had his first single of the innings, but of course, watch your legs, the nutmeg, and it was 4 runs. Last ball from the skipper, Chandrasekharan. It's hit in the air. Fielder making chase but can't catch it, and 4 carreras. 4 runs to finish the over.
Nabi on 80 off 24 balls.
Don't say it, but do you think this could be the first century of the ECL?
Well, he has to be careful. There might be a good ball in between.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't look like he's going to slow down. He could almost get 150 at this rate.
But he's picking the bad balls, and that's what's it all about. You know, he's picking the full tosses, he's picking the short ones, he's picking the volley, half volleys. So the bowlers just have to get it on a good length, and then he's in trouble.
And he's actually faced 24 of the 30 balls bowled so far, so that's clever batting from the French players to give him the strike, because he's the one doing the damage at the moment as Gaurav Narad takes up the attack.
That's it.
And he's edged and caught behind with short outside the off stump. And Naib Kamran's stay is a brief one. He's out second ball for 1. It was short outside the off stump. A healthy edge that hung in the air for a brief second. So Kamran goes. Satwik Nadagodla takes his second catch of the day.
They're slightly relying on Nabi now, I think.
Oh, just a little. We see there a healthy edge as he swung across the line. Nadagodla made no mistake. and it's 90 for 2. And Philip Bachstadt, may I remind you, 2 overs ago, we also had the keeper taking a catch off the first ball of the over. And you know what happened next? 6, 6, 6, 6. So we don't know if that's a good omen for the Romanians, but
it's the captain.
The new batsman, Mohamed Bhatti, is on strike.
Skipper taking responsibility again, probably.
His short outside off stump. Knocked down at cover there by Mohamed Ahmed. Got away from him, but only the single, but that brings on strike the main man, Ahmed Nabi.
80 of 24 balls.
Could almost do it this over with 4 to come, and who'd bet against him? What a display of power hitting we're seeing here in match 7 of the inaugural ECL, wherever you're watching around the world. Broadcast in over 100 countries, or you might be watching on ECN.cricket or our YouTube channel, European Cricket Network. Bowler in and wide called.
Current run rate, 17 runs.
Well, they're on track for over 170 at this stage. This is up, away, gone, high, Maximo! That one landing in the Red Bull tent, and that is fitting because that one, Philip Bachstadt, had wings.
Absolutely, and I'm actually quite scared that I have to comment the last 2 games of the day without you, because you're maximoing all the time.
In again now, it's high, it's straight, it's over the commentary box, it's 6 more, Maximo!
Poor camera guys up there.
Take cover, get their helmets on the cameraman, as Ahmed Nabi has gone absolutely bananas. That is his 12-6 as he moves on to 92 of only 20 deliveries.
I think his captain can't believe it.
Within 8 runs. We said, could he do it this over? He has. It's up. It's high. It's got the legs. Hat-trick, Maximo.
Only 2 runs needed to a century now.
6 number 13 takes Ahmed Nabi to 98 of only 27 balls. He sent 18 of those balls to the boundary or over with 13 Maximos and 98. What? ECL, the first century beckons. He tried, it's over, and Maximo! The first ever century in the European Cricket League is scored by Ahmed Nabi. 104 of only 28 balls with 14 sixes. Incredible scenes here at La Manga. That one was on a good length. Cleared the front leg and sent it high and away. It hasn't landed yet. Ahmed Nabi, congratulations. And weren't his teammates excited? The first ever century in ECL cricket.
What did he have for breakfast?
I'll have what he's having, that's for sure. Might have broken our scoreboard there as he moves on to 104.
Yeah, he has broken the single.
Beginning of the 7th over. 1 run scored there. Mohamed Bhatti giving the strike back to Nabi. Take a breath. Ahmed Nabi works this one away as well bowled.
His first single after he scored a century.
That is a very good point. That may be the first ever century scored at almost any level of cricket without a single. He scored 104 completely in boundaries. Incredible work. Mohamed Bhatti, it's in the air and over the fielder. Mohamed Bhatti, Maximo. Mohamed Bhatti gets in on the act.
Current run rate is 19 per over. That means it could end up at 190 or even more.
And we talked about Dreux yesterday. They were very aggressive in their approach with the bat. And the skipper's saying, I'll show you how it's done, Ahmed. Let's see if he tries again. Skipper to skipper.
Soft hands.
One run there brings the main man back on strike. Ahmed Nabi,
Shabash, shabash, mama.
104 in boundaries out of 104. Have you ever seen that at any level of cricket? He's on strike again now, Nabi. And he's bowled him. He is bowled. Good reward there for Chandrasekaran, who kept his nerve. Ahmed Nabi, take a bow.
Standing ovations from his teammates.
And why not? He goes for 105 off only 30 deliveries. A strike rate of 350. That was one of the few false shots he played there in his 30 balls, as he acknowledges his teammates there. Ahmed Nabi with the first ever century in ECL cricket, and you saw it right here on the European Cricket Network, wherever you're watching around the globe.
Now it's the keeper in. Amar.
Looks like the keeper, yeah? Zahir Amar?
Yep.
Shabash, mama. Badhiya. Record.
Let's see if they can keep up this breakneck pace. They're on track for about 190. Amar, his first ball is swung towards long on and beats the fielder for 4. So 4 runs, 4 carreras to Zahir Amar. Philip Barkstar just going back to Nabi. What a highlights package we're going to have at the innings break.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to watch. And you can leave us your comments on Facebook or Twitter if you think you have found any batsman who has hit a century without scoring a single or a double.
Oh, really? A 1, 2, or a 3? A 100 completely in boundaries, wasn't it? With 14 sixes and 5 fours, 104. He did score a single. That put the mocker on him, Phil, because that brought about his demise for 105. New bowler, Mohammad Ahmed, in from the Las Acacias end and starts with a wide.
They really have to restrict the runs now. Otherwise, this game is impossible to chase. This target is impossible to
We're
chase.
wondering how many's too many to chase, but we might have our answer here from the French team. This is an outside edge down to short third man. Mohamed Bhatti again squirts one to the infielder to get off strike.
Well, Bhatti was the best batsman against Rotterdam. He scored 37. Swanholm only 7. Let's see what he can do with the bat here. But now, first it's Zahir Amar, the keeper.
He's down the leg side, sways out of the way. That was a smart decision, Phil, going back to your earlier point about balls outside the leg stump. There wasn't much pace to work with there. At best, he was probably working it for 1 down to the short fine leg, so smart decision to take the wide and take the extra delivery. This is up and high. It's miles in the air over the fence for a Maximo.
Massive 6.
6 runs for Zahir Amar. He's had his Wheaties for breakfast as well, as he opens his Maximo account with a great shot over long on.
And it's another one for our neighbor to collect.
I tell you what, I hope they've boarded their windows up behind us in the commentary position. This next one is high, but it doesn't have the legs. Long on's coming around, and Taranjeet takes the catch. So well done by Taranjeet Singh, who came in from long on. He judged it early. And good reward for the bowler.
And it looked so easy when Nabi hit all these 6s, but there you see, it's not that easy. Timing is crucial.
There's still a small margin for error there. You've got to get the timing right. You've got to make good contact. If you don't quite have the legs, but you have the elevation, it gives the fielders the opportunity to come around and affect the catch. That was expertly done there by Taranjeet. Again, clearing that front leg, trying to clear the fence, but he knew straight away that he was in trouble as Taranjeet came in and took a very good outfield catch.
And it dipped away a little bit, pitched it something.
Ahmed. This one's
Another
also
one.
trouble. Down to long off and taken. Vasu Saini takes the catch. So wickets in consecutive balls for Mohammed Ahmed.
So it's hat-trick ball.
Now we've seen the first ever century of the European Cricket League. Could we see the first ever hat trick in the European Cricket League just a few minutes later? The Sheriff Freedy goes first ball. But that's what you have to do in T10 cricket. There's no sighters. Went all the way, but only found the fielder.
If we're writing double history here.
Could be on a hat trick. Oh, no fun there.
No, we couldn't.
From the new batsman.
We couldn't have done that to Michael McCann and Ryan Campbell. That would have been unfair.
We have to leave something for them, don't they? Don't we? Well, Michael and Ryan. Ryan might still be in bed. I saw him out last night having a very good time researching for day 2 at the Manga resort here. Why wouldn't you? What a beautiful part of the world.
Absolutely.
So the new batsman we have in, got Mohammed Shazeb. And looks like Sher Afridi there. It's a full toss, pulled away to deep backward square leg. Just the single. End of the over. It's 140 for 5 after 8.
Yeah, what an incredible innings it has been so far, and what a perfect setting here. Now we have Hamza, only 7 runs. Kamran, only 1. Bati, 10. Amar, 10. Afridi and Shazeb both on 1, but Ahmad Nabi, 105 of 30 balls, and we're really looking forward to the highlights package.
Oh, and how excited would he be, especially after a tough day for the Frenchman yesterday, being outclassed in their 2 games. But to come back in their 3rd and final group game and to score a century, what an individual performance. And we've got more excitement here as we have the born and bred Romanian, Pavel Florin, the bodyguard. You look at him there. It's almost too square a jaw for TV as he's in. And the first ball is well flighted. How would you describe Florin's first ball, Phil?
Well, you can see that he hasn't been playing cricket for decades, but as long as he pitches it up, as long as he gets the line and length right, anything can happen in this format.
I'd love to see him get a wicket here, the Romanian. Florin up and down the ground for another single. So he's been a very effective bowler so far.
Bit of Muralitharan. Bit of Muralitharan there.
Well, I think he's just 14.5 degrees we're going to assess his action as. And how would you describe him as a cricketer if he was standing right next to you, Phil?
I would say he reminds me of Chris Tremlett.
This is wide down the leg side. Well taken there by Nati Godla. It can be a difficult task keeping down the leg side when the batsman's swinging hard. So Florin, I just got a feeling I'd love to see him get a wicket here. Perhaps the ball getting skied. It's Sher Afridi on strike. It's swung away to the deep backward square boundary. It was short, down the leg side, and easy pickings. 4 runs there.
But I really admire that the captain is putting him on show here at ECL, because this is what it's all about. You're 150 odd runs down the line, and now you let him bowl. I love it. I just love it.
And look, only 7 off the first 3 balls. Respectable figures. Next ball is edged past the keeper.
Where was first slip?
He had maybe 2 slips and a short leg for Florin. But seriously though, it just shows you disrupt the batsman, disrupt the pace, give them something different. If it's not working for you, why not try something like Florin here? He's been very effective so far, conceding only 8 off his first 4 deliveries with 2 to come. Next ball's flighted. It's hit over cover. The fielders converge. They're not going to catch it. It's 4 runs. A great shot there by Mohammed Shazeb.
But it's all good. I mean, he hasn't been hit for 4, 5, 6s as we've seen before. So it's great.
Every over has had a maximo. until this over, and our man, the bodyguard, Pavel Florin, has one ball to not be hit for a 6, and he can tell all his teammates, well, I was the only bowler that didn't go for a maximo. And he's not as... Just the batsman clubs that down to long on.
And he's the president of the club, so the fielders better watch out what they do now, you know, because you don't want to upset the president, and you don't want to upset a president who is a professional bodyguard.
If I ever dropped a catch off Pavel Florin, I'd be immediately in witness protection. Because he wouldn't be mucking around, the president of the club. And look, that was a good over. It only went for 13, and under the current circumstances, it was a good result. But Dreux have now passed 150, by far the highest score of this ECL so far. It's up to Vasu Saini to close out the 10th over.
And can I just say thank you very much to our broadcaster, NEP, and of course to the statistics, Sports eVision. They're doing a fantastic job with all the stats. Thank you to the team out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, NEP. Very professional outfit. And the first ball of the 10th over is swung away to point. They'll get one, and that's all they'll get. Mohammad Shazab works out for a single. We could be looking to score here, perhaps in excess of 170, Phil. But that makes for an exciting game because we know that the Cluj batsmen are going to have to go from ball one. Perhaps they can clear the boundary enough to be competitive in this game.
Against Swanholm, Shazab proved that he is a batsman to hit some runs. He got 14, but he only got a duck against Rotterdam. So now is the time to prove it.
Saini again, swung away on the leg side, over the fielder for a maximo. Sharafridi makes sure that this over has a maximo in it, as the score moves along to 160 for 5. That ball swung away on the leg side. Clever footwork there by the batsman. Again, this is up, but it's in the air. Not going to carry. Taranjit comes around. Keeps it to 1. And that's a good result. Anytime you're going for a single or less in this format of the game, it's a win for the fielding team. So the current rate, 16.95, on track for around 170 with 3 balls remaining. Swing and a miss. Nadagotla with the shy back at the stumps, but no run.
It's well bowled.
Well, look, it is. And Vasu Saini went for a bit of punishment in his first over. He went for 23, but he's come back well here with 2 balls remaining. This is up, it's high, it's in the air. The sweeper comes around, can't get there. The chase is on. They'll get 2. Will they try for a 3rd? Sharafridi thinking about it, and he's run out. So they will get 2, and the 2 will count.
Attention, ils sont... I wanted to talk French there because he was talking French as well.
I think he was saying, pardon my French there, as Mohammad Shazab was not keen on giving up the strike for the last ball. And Sharafridi coming back now. We haven't seen a 3 yet, have we, at the ECL on this postage stamp of a ground. But that was a good little contribution there from Sharafridi.
Abdul.
Back live now for the final ball of the innings. Cracked through the cover region for 1. Will they try for 2? The throw comes in, and they just get a single. So,
and the last ball goes to Abdul, Wahid Abdul. Oh no? Oh, that was the last ball?
That was the last ball, Phil.
Was it? Ah, here we go.
And so the official score I have is 162 for 6 as it appears on our screen. We see there the run out of Sharafridi, scrambling for every possible run, trying for a 3rd that really wasn't on. But what a 10 overs of cricket we've seen. A score in excess of 160, and it was an innings dominated by Ahmed Nabi.
Amazing. And now it's 9:40, so they've played it in 40 minutes. Last night, I mean, and there were so many sixes in this game. Now, last night we had a game where there were actually penalty runs when Findorf played. But can you explain to me why, with so many sixes, they make it in 40, and last night it was so slow?
Well, I think the sixes were so big, a lot of the time they had new ball ready to go. But it is one of those things. I think they bowled a lot of spin bowlers, so they didn't have long run-ups, and so they were able to get through their overs in a timely fashion. But it's one of those things, when you're fielding in these games, sometimes if you're not on it early in the first half of the innings, you can find yourself dragging a little bit, and it's very hard to pull back. Also, sometimes you've got things that are out of your control, such as injuries or things of this kind of a nature, which can slow you down. So there is some discretion with regards to applying the penalty runs. So
and here is Nabi, the star.
Nabi there.
I think we can have a look at a few highlights, and most of the highlights are Nabi.
Well, let's sign him up here. Ahmed Nabi was not mucking around here in Game 7 of the European Cricket League. It was raining Maximos here at Manga. The bowlers helped him out on occasion with some poor deliveries, too full or too short. But he showed that he had the muscle to send the ball over the fence time and time and time again, with a total of 14 sixes and 5 fours, scoring 100 completely in boundaries. And that was the shot that brought it up, the first ever century in European Cricket League history. And Philip, if you are back in the sheds, if you're Romania right now, if you're the Romanian captain, Aaron Chandrasekaran, what are you saying to your players?
Well, you basically I mean, I did some coaching of the under 19 and under 17 German national teams. Whenever we got thrashed, and didn't happen seldomly, then you have to basically forget that innings. You have to absolutely forget it and go on with your next innings.
And we go to the card there, 162 for 6. Dreux, an inning dominated by the opener Ahmed Nabi, and he eventually was bowled by Chandrasekaran for 105. A little contribution there from Mohammad Bhatti, Zahir Amar, Sherif Afridi, Mohammad Shazeb at the end, all reaching double figures. But out of that 162 runs, 105 of them came from Ahmed Nabi. What excitement it was. We brought it to you all the way around the world on behalf of the European Cricket Network. With thanks to our partners at NEP for their great work in the production van. The bowling figures, well, Phil, it is not pretty for Cluj.
No, it's absolutely not pretty. These economies, they will like to forget. Gaurav Narad, 1 wicket, yes, but then 26 runs of 1 over. Mohamed Ahmed, he was the only player. He had 2 wickets, 11 runs conceded and 1 over. So that was economy-wise, and especially he got 2 wickets. But he also bowled 2 wides, which is never good.
Well, yeah, but you know, he was on a hat trick there, and at least you know, he competed and he was able to keep his over to 11, which is respectable. Also, props to the bodyguard, Pavel Florin. He was the only bowler not to get hit for a 6 in his over that conceded 13.
I wouldn't hit Pavel Florin for a 6.
That's a very good point there. Phil, perhaps he was not the sort of bowler that you want to hit for 6, the bodyguard from Romania. So that's the end of the first innings of this match 7 in the European Cricket League. It's the first of 6 T10 games today. Plenty more action coming towards you. We'll be back in a few moments with the reply from Cluj. The target, 165.
10 runs, 6 balls. Saini.
You didn't have any.
Saini.
Yeah.
S-A-I-N-I.
Okay.
And bowled by Ahmed. Okay. And Zahir Amar.
Bowled by Taranji. Also bowled by Ahmed. Yes, 10 runs from 3 balls.
10 runs from 3 balls.
They have 3 run out.
Run out.
by Zaini.
Saini.
14 from 6.
14 run.
From 6.
6 balls.
Mohamed Shadab not out. 11 from 8.
Not out. 11 runs and 8 balls.
And Wahid 0 from 0.
Not out. 0.
6 extras.
T and E. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 extras. Grand total 164.
Yeah. The last over.
2 ball last over is last to Saini. Can you tell me here was 6 got out. Not out batsman was 6. So the 5th wicket was
Mohamed Wahid.
Mohammad Bati. 4. Okay, and
Wait,
6th.
wait, the last wicket you mean?
No, last wicket who was?
Share free.
Share of Freedy, it means 6. 6 and not out was 8. And here partnership was 130.
7 was not out. And number 6 got out. Number 8 wasn't even on the ground.
7. Okay, and the partnership 163 minus 138 60. It means 23. Now bowler Taranjit Singh 2 overs. 0 maiden, 16, 28 runs, 0 wicket. Okay, Vasu Saini, 2 overs, 0 maiden, 23, 33, 34. 34. And Rajendra Vishal, 1 over 24. And 1 wicket. Okay, Arun.
2 overs, 28 runs, 1 wicket.
And Gaurav Maharaj.
1 over, 26 runs.
1 over.
26 runs, 1 wicket.
Okay, Mohammad Ahmed.
1 over, 11 runs, 2 wickets.
Pavel Flory.
1 over, 13.
13 runs. Not wicket. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 overs. What 6 extra was 164, it means 158. 158 runs. Yeah.
No, must be 164.
All white.
Yeah, was no left by
2, 3, 4, 5, 5 wickets. 1 was run out. Good.
Last round, only single. Really takes his legs.
Welcome back to Manga in Spain for match 7 of the European Cricket League. I'm Vinny Sandhu and next to me Philip Bachstadt. And the first innings of this match 7 saw Dreux sent in by Cluj and they went on a rampage. In particular, Ahmed Nabi posting a score in excess of 160. And in no small part due to the innings of their opening batsman Nabi, who clubbed 5 fours and 14 sixes on the way to an innings of 105, the first ever century in ECL cricket. What a feat to score a century in a T10 game, and he did it all in boundaries. He reached his century going to 104 completely in boundaries. He scored a single and couldn't live with himself as he was bowled the next ball for 105. And Philip Bachstadt, what a beginning to the morning of cricket on day 2 of the European Cricket League.
I think this is the biggest strike this year.
No, it was one. I think it was one higher.
Century of Europe.
Only 64 this year.
That is amazing. Ahmed Nabi, 105 of 30 balls.
So Philip, it was very exciting. We look at the card there and 105, Ahmed Nabi dominating the card. Double figures reached by 4 other batsmen, but it was all Dreux all the time and they were dealing in sixes. A massive target for Cluj. We'll have a look at their team there, led by their skipper Aaron Chandrasekaran. We saw in the field Satwik Natagodla do a pretty tidy job behind the stumps. I think they'll be pinning a lot of their hopes on Taranjeet Singh. He opened the batting yesterday and he got him off to a good start. But it's going to be hard work for Cluj. They'll be looking for respectability if they're going to get anywhere near this score. We look at Dreux, their bowling options. Yassine Afridi was reasonably impressive yesterday. They're led by their captain, Mohammed Bhatti. Wahid Abdul, their headband warrior, will be out there as well. And they have the runs on the board. And they know that Cluj will be having to swing for the fences from ball one in this T10 game if they're going to get anywhere near this target. Dreux enter the field, then the French champions. All the teams you see at the ECL this year, they qualified by winning their domestic T20 championships last year. 8 nations involved in the inaugural version of the ECL. What a great platform for them to put their wares on display to a cricket audience across the globe. The champions this week will be crowned the kings of cricket in Europe.
So let's see what this innings will take us. We've got one batsman who has batted pretty well, very well indeed against Rotterdam. He's got the highest score against Rotterdam so far. It's Taranjeet Singh, and he scored 42 of 26 balls against Rotterdam. And that, of course, will scare the bowling side a little bit. Of course, they've got a lot of runs on the board, but if somebody can score 42 against Rotterdam, why not score another century? Why not write another piece of history here? And that will really upset our next commentary pair, Michael and Ryan.
Well, Michael and Ryan probably waking up here in La Manga, turning on the TV and seeing an absolute blitzkrieg of action. It is a formidable task here for the Romanians, but always had this mentality in these kind of a game that anything's possible, because if they've done it to us, why can't we do it to them? It's Afridi Yassine. It's going to open the bowling from the Las Lomas end here at the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Oval in La Manga, Spain. Beautiful weather today, another wonderful day on the Mediterranean. It's 26 and sunny. We're all ready now for the Romanian reply. The target, 165. First ball, outside off stump.
Well, it was wide-ish. The umpire let him off.
Off stump line. I think that's clever. Almost a wide. It was borderline. Zahir Amar cleaning up behind the stumps. This ball is whipped off the pads in front of square. They'll cross for one, back for two. And Taranjeet off the mark with 2 runs. Always a good feeling to get some runs on the board.
If the ball had crossed the boundary rope, it would have been 4 runs, but like this, they ran between the wickets and got 2 single runs. So 2 runs for Singh.
So Taranjeet waits now. We want to do some damage in the power play. And this is edge down to third man. Doesn't quite carry. Taken on the bounce down there by Wahid Abdul. Rifles the return back to the keeper. So 1 run and a good start here from Afridi Yassine. Not conceding a boundary yet in the first 3 deliveries. And with the required run rate starting at 16.5 and over. Unless they do something substantial, that is going to climb. Be very difficult to peg back. Natagodla on strike. He edges and dropped by Zahir Amar. Outside off stump. Attempted cut shot, thick outside edge. It flew away to his right. He threw the hands at it, but it didn't stick. And he'll be disappointed with that. we see on the replay thanks to NEP. Thick edge. Got their hands there. Didn't have too much time to move the feet.
And first slip Hamza also had a chance to get a hand on it.
As we see the bowler losing his run. Yes, Niaz Hamza couldn't do too much about that. You don't have too much time to react if the ball comes off the keeper's gloves at that kind of a pace. But a life for Natagodla. And I can tell you as a wicketkeeper, if the other wicketkeeper drops you, it gives you a massive ego boost. That's probably my favourite part of the game. Next ball, Taranjeet drives down to long off. Is that a bit nasty to say that, Phil? I always liked watching the other keeper concede buys and
yeah, it is
catches.
It is
not
a
very
little
nice of me to say, really, but you know, wicket keepers, we're a different breed.
But as you won a famous tournament in Australia this winter, I understand that you're absolutely pumped and motivated to carry on with your career.
Shout out to all my teammates. Yeah, it was a tournament for old men as Yassine comes in. And Natagodla plays and misses outside the off stump. That brings the first over to a close. It's 5 for no loss. Not too much foot movement there. Playing down the wrong line.
But it was well bowled as well.
Yeah, good off stump line there, Afridi Yassine. Yeah, going back to my Australian teammates. A big shout out to them. They've told us that they're watching. They're very excited about the Romanians, and they were backing them at the start of this game and are hoping they would do well. But I wonder if they think that they can chase these runs down. This is Sheriff Afridi to open the bowling from the Las Acacias end. Of course, in the power play, the first 3 overs, only 2 outfielders are allowed for the fielding team. So Taranjeet Singh, he showed an ability to clear the boundary yesterday. He'll be hoping for more of the same today as he faced his first ball from Sheriff Afridi. Short, attempted pull shot, bottom edge onto the back leg. No run. So still, after 7 deliveries, we haven't seen a boundary from Cluj. And they just need that dynamic player to set the innings alight. With only 10 overs, you can't waste too much time.
I think they're relying on Singh. He's on strike now.
Yes, Taranjeet Singh swings this one away to mid-wicket. Picks up. That could be out. A big appeal. And the umpire going upstairs as Taranjeet, he's already walking off the ground. He's not confident. It looked to me like he went to slide his bat and it got caught in the pitch. He let go of his bat. And of course, you need to have something grounded over that crease before the ball hits the stumps. And this will be a very interesting call for the third umpire.
But I like a lot. I mean, I really like that Singh is already walking off because he knows he's out. He's waiting for the umpire's decision. But this is what a humble batsman does. He actually walks when there's a nick or when there's a clear run out.
And just as I called it, poor Taranjeet Singh lost hold of his bat and he's sent on his way. In unlucky fatting, a dramatic fashion. It was Alexander Hakuk picking that up. He had one stump to aim at and he made no mistake. So Taranjeet Singh, the big hope for Romania, getting run out.
And there go the hopes of your Australian mates, I think.
Oh, they definitely wouldn't have been cheering that one on back at home. Shout out to my coach, Wayne Fontana. Does a great job back there. We're looking forward to touring South Africa with the indoor team later in the year. But just going back to that replay again, Taranjeet, he just was jogging, wasn't he? He thought he was going to make it easily. He dropped his bat, almost comical. Poor Taranjeet he had no bat and no hope.
Always run the first run quickly.
5 for 1 as Afridi comes in.
No.
to Nadigotla, who defends away on the
Shabba
offside.
guys, Shabba guys.
The new batsman is Vasu Saini, coming in at number 3. Some of his favourite players are Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid and MS Dhoni. Originally from Saharanpur city in India. So what a great opportunity for him to show his talent on the global stage as Afridi comes in. Nadigotla away pushing on the offside. No run, so still the score rooted at 5 for 1. And Satwik Nadigotla just needs to find a way to get going here. It's not good enough just to stick around and not get out. He has to try and be attacking, particularly with only 8 balls left in the power play. Has to find a way to score. And he does. It's over the offside, over cover to the boundary for 4 runs.
The first boundary for Cluj.
First boundary for Cluj. And sorely needed as Afridi length ball. Nadigotla opening himself up almost inside out, taking the bottom hand off the bat in the end, lifting it over cover for 4. See Nadigotla there, taking a step out of his crease, trying to mix up the length of the bowler. This is drilled down the ground, a good-looking straight drive. The stop is on from Naib Kamran, who stuck out the boot. And haven't we enjoyed the football skills here of the fielders at the ECL? Of course, football, a huge sport in Europe. And he saved 3 runs for his team there with the old size 12s.
But the thing is, not everybody likes football in Europe, as I have witnessed. Not only men, but also the ladies, the women. They have come up with very good sides over the last years. And it was about time to wake up the sleeping giant. There are about 50 million plus fans of cricket in Europe, and nobody has come up with the idea of creating this Champions League. But here it is, Champions League of cricket in Europe.
We're not taking anything away from football. Of course, Philip Buckstad is a huge sport, but I think they can coexist. Down the leg side and called wide. Yes, I know, like in Australia, for example, we love our football, our various codes of football in the winter, but we love our cricket in summer. And having that hitting sport, and as you say, there is that demand for it in Europe. And I'm sure the European cricket lovers, I'm sure they enjoy their football too, but when the sun's out and the weather's warm, there's nothing better than being out in the cricket field and watching that ball fly. Next ball's up and driven. Nadigotla down to long off for a single. As you hear Zahir Amar, the keeper, urging on his Dreux teammates towards victory, you'd think, in this, their 3rd and final group game. This is the first of 6 T10 games today, Phil, and we've got a big day of cricket ahead of us.
Absolutely.
Afridi is seen in. It's in the air. Mohamed Bhatti went back. The batsmen come back for 2. Tied at the non-strikers end. The keeper takes it. They'll get there too. So Vasu Saini is off the mark.
They shouldn't trot the second run, the first run. It doesn't matter. Just run quickly, because as we've seen with Singh, you can have bad luck and the bat gets stuck in the pitch and then you're out.
Cassini again, it's up, it's high, it's in the air. It's a Maximo! Put down in the crowd there. The crowd catch was on, and the first 6 of the innings to Cluj. And a great hit by Vasu Saini.
And the umpire, Andrew Kitters, was really enjoying that one. He did his own 6 move.
Of course, the umpires have their part to play here in front of the global audience. We love the antics of Billy Bowden, and I know that's one of his heroes. Outside the off stump. Bit of width, but not wide enough to be called wide. And that's clever bowling and a good comeback there from Afridi Yassin. Yeah, going back to what you were saying, Phil, about the running between the wickets, some of the inexperience being showed, I think, at times with the running between the wickets. As you say, running that first one hard, you never know. There could be misfielded. There could be an extra run there. Just the communication lacking at times. Well bowled outside off stump. A big swing from Vasu. No contact.
That almost hit the stumps. And he would have been out. So he has to really stay now, Saini.
That's right. Well, for our European viewers who might not be familiar, of course, one of the most obvious ways is if that ball hits those 3 wickets, any one of the 3 wickets, and dislodges the bails, the batsman will be out bowled. As we see Afridi Yassin again. This is up, it's high, it's in the air. The fielders converge, and it's taken. A fantastic catch at long off. And Vasu Saini has a short stay at the wicket. He did well to hit the first maximo of the innings. But after that, he tried to repeat the dose. A couple of big swings. And then the third time, just skying the ball to the fielder. And the man, Ahmed Nabi, takes the catch. And he's just everywhere today. Ahmed Nabi, 100 with the bat. And now taking the first catch for the Dreux team.
I mean, he had to take the risk. Now they really do have to take the risk. And it was good bowling there in this over. And a very good catch. The only thing I didn't like is that, again, the fielders didn't call. And so when a fielder is running up to you and you're about to catch a ball, you don't want to be distracted by your teammate. So stay away, let him do the catch, and good calling gives better catches.
Well, that's right. Again, it's all communication. It's not easy when you're under the high ball. You've already got the pressure of the ball coming down at you, sometimes swirling around in the sky. You need to make it very clear that it's your catch and for the other fielders to stay away and let you complete your job as the fielder. The new batsman is Sivakumar Perialwa for Cluj. At the end of the over, so he will be on strike as the batsman crossed. It's 20 for 2. Sure, Afridi left arm over. Play and a miss there for the new batsman. So, as we said at the beginning of the innings, Phil, this is going to be no easy task for Romania, and already that required run rate spiralling out of control. Perialwa, Siva, as he likes to be called. Next ball is an expansive cover drive played by the batsman, but no contact. And I like that intent. And again, it looked like a cricket shot, holding his shape, not necessarily trying to slog it away to the leg side. I think at this moment, if you're Cluj, you just need to play for a bit of respectability. Again, you're playing in front of millions and millions of viewers around the world. In the ECL, it's edged and dropped. Dropped at first slip by Niaz Hamza. And again, Philip, we see Satwik Natagotla ambling between the wickets. And that looked to me like it was a chance. It looked to me to be off the outside edge, driven, but put down. And props to the French captain for having the slip in. It went low and to Hamza's left, but another catch put down in the cordon.
Natagotla now.
This is short and pulled away down to the fine leg boundary for 4. Fantastic shot by Satwik Natagotla.
And of course, he's got his eye in now, so the team is definitely relying on him to score some runs. It's actually, I just love I mean, Siva, for example, you come from Sri Lanka, you come to Romania, and then what do you want to do? You want to play your favorite sport, and it's possible in Europe, in your city, wherever you are, find a club.
And of course, now with the European Cricket League, you can be playing not just in your country, but against the best of the best in Europe, as the next ball is cut away by Natagotla. They'll cross for 1. Throw comes in a bit high. Zahir Amar, the keeper, getting a bit of hang time there as he went for that high return. But as you say, Phil, like it's an exciting time for the game in Europe. Over 50 million people interested in cricket. And so this ECL tournament is a way of pulling them all together, of showing that cricket is played in Europe and growing at an alarming rate. Shurafridi comes in. This is wide outside off stump, and that's too wide, called by the umpire.
And I keep on telling, you know, I'm meeting a lot of people, a lot of expats who I'm telling, where are you from? Well, I'm from India, I'm from Pakistan, I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm like, do you know there's cricket? Oh, no, I didn't know. And then I tell them, come on, join a club.
Wide outside off stump and called again.
So yeah.
Consecutive wides there.
So
we've seen the bowlers sometimes struggling on the off stump to control the width, but place the bowl. The next ball.
So that's 4 runs there. It's a wonderful shot, a little misfield. There was a chance to restrict the boundary there, but the fielder did not quite get it. And to come back to my point, whenever I meet somebody from cricketing nations in a development country like Germany, Italy, or all our countries that are currently developing in cricket, then I tell them, hey, there is cricket around, there is cricket here, and their eyes light up, and then they usually get in touch with the captain or the president of a cricket club. So next up is Wahid Abdul, the bowler. And let's see what he will perform with the ball.
Thank you, Philipp Barkstadt, former German international, for your thoughts about the game in Europe and the direction that it's taking. Exciting times. And we've seen excitement here in day 2. Match 7 of the ECL. The required run rate already up to 22 and over. This is Wahid Abdul opening his spell. Has pushed to point, a chance at the bowler's end. And the non-striker scrambling back there, managing to regain his ground, but I think a direct hit probably would have been out. As we see that on the replay. There's Nadegotla pushing to point, but back live now. Abdul with some good pace on the off stump. Nadegotla could only defend it back to him. He moves along to 12 at just better than a run of ball, but you see on the graphic there, 133 from 34 balls is quite the task.
I love the bandana.
Nadegotla this time edges away down to third man. Niaz Hamza has been expelled from slip after dropping that catch, Phil.
Yes, absolutely. And basically has a second life now. And Peri Alva now on strike. He's on 5, but from 4 balls, other batsmen have been on 24 after 4 balls.
Well, we've seen it today, haven't we? Wahid Abdul, what a character though, what an imposing figure. Running in. And he's bowled him! He's bowled him! Siva Perialwa swinging across the line, and Wahid Abdul gets the job done for Dreux, the French champions, owning match 7 here of the ECL. And Wahid Abdul, there's no better feeling as a fast bowler to knock back the timber.
And he knocked the stump out. We'll see on the replay. Sticky wickets. He knocks the stump out, and that's his celebration.
And look at his hair flying around the place. No wonder he needs that headband to keep it at bay. The big boy, Wahid Abdul, breaking through in his first over. He has 1 for 1. And Cluj, the Romanians, now 33 for 3 with 2 balls remaining in the 5th over. So Wahid Abdul will be very confident now going into his final 2 balls of the over. Nadagodla still there from the beginning, but he's seen his partners come and go as Romanians have struggled to deal with what's been sent down by Dreux. So we see the new batsman, Sukran Sahi. And let's see how he can deal with Abdul. This is wide outside of stump and called a wide. Sukran Sahi there. Just throwing the bat out at it, wasn't he? He just, not too much foot movement. Of course, a few nerves when you're batting in front of a global audience of millions.
Did you hear the umpire? Usually you say right arm over the wicket, so the right arm bowler. But he said quite fast. He gave him a hint.
That's nice of the umpires. The next one is short, outside of stump. Good bit of bounce there from Wahid Abdul and beats the edge of Sahi. Yeah, it's not a great feeling when you go out to take guard and the umpire says, yeah, it's right arm pretty rapid. Sukran Sahi just looks like he can't wait for this over to end. There's 1 ball remaining. Just, we'll give him credit there and say he's given himself a little bit of room. Sukran Sahi. Let's see if he can get off the mark here. We'd love to see him get off the mark this ball. And he's bowled him. It's a short stay for Sukran Sahi, and Wahid Abdul with the Shahid Afridi style celebration signals to his teammates that he's the man as he knocked out leg stump earlier in the over, and this time middle and off, they're out of the ground. So Sukran Sahi falls for a duck, and Philip Barkshut on the NEP replay. Oh, no greater sound for the bowler. And wasn't he happy about it? Wahid Abdul.
There was no foot movement by the batsman, which was the main problem. You always have to get your foot towards the ball. You have to get your head down towards the ball, and then you're more likely to hit it. And you've got a bat to hit the ball, so might as well use it.
Well, you know, he was trying his best, but that was coming in at a rate of knots and hit the target. And we've seen some great bowling from the Dreux bowlers in this innings. And Wahid Abdul showing that if you miss, I'm going to hit.
And Satbir Gill, the next batsman in. But he's the non-striker at the moment.
End of the over, so 34 for 4. As the Romanians have struggled in this innings to get anything going. So we're at the halfway point of the 10 overs now, only 34 runs on the board. It's going to be Mohamed Bhatti to take up the attack. Left arm, orthodox around the wicket, and this is 4 runs down the ground. Great shot by Periawa. Mohamed Bhatti, it wasn't a bad ball, but he took it on.
Come on, Tabish bhai.
Hit it straight back over the bowler's head. For 4.
The Cluj players can just enjoy it now.
Well, that's it. Chance to play a couple of shots in front of millions to clear the fence. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's been a great exhibition of European cricket so far. We're not done yet. 5 more T10 games after this game today in day 2 of the European Cricket League. This is in the air, but it bisects the fielders. Mohamed Shazad and Afridi take chase. It's well pulled back by Shazad, and Afridi rockets the return in. 2 runs there to Nadagodla as he cut that one away behind point. But again, good bowling by Mohamed Bhatti. He's very crafty. Mohamed Bhatti. Well bowled. That time it was left arm orthodox delivery, and what we mean by that, if you're new to cricket, he is spinning the ball out of his fingers. And when it bounces, you'll see some movement from right to left on your screen. That time, spinning it right past the bat of Siva. This is swept away to deep square leg.
Easy.
Fielding is done there by Arkuk.
Vinny, when am I going to hear a Maximo again?
Well, I tell you what, my ear, nose and throat surgeon is pretty happy with the, it settled down a bit because we were going a little bit crazy in the first innings there as we saw the incredible amount of sixes being hit by the French team. Ahmed Nabi, 104 runs, bringing up a century with no singles.
14 sixes.
Incredible. This is Gill this time. Satbir Gill, off the mark. Be happy to be on the board. Hits that one down to long on for a single. That's the end of the over. And Cluj are 42 for 4.
Well, it's great to have a Romanian side here. I went to school with the guy who actually built the first cricket ground near Bucharest, and it's absolutely fantastic. He met Sachin Tendulkar at Lord's, Gabriel Marin, the CEO of Romanian cricket, and then he built this Mora Vlasi, the cricket ground, and since then there is a proper cricket ground in Romania. Who would have thought? Transylvanian cricket ground.
7th over beginning now from the last one. He's bottom again. Wahid Abdul gets it done. Hitting the stumps there, and Satbir Gill had no answer, and he is on a hat trick. 3 wickets, all bowled.
International scouts will look out for Nabi Ahmed on the batting side, and of course Wahid Abdul. Who does he remind you of?
Oh, well, the celebration is definitely Shahid Afridi. That time it was a bit more of a twirly pas de deux.
Hurry up, guys.
And incredible work there from Wahid Abdul. I love the headband. He's got, you know, the
Come on,
kind
guys.
of mannerisms of Muhammad Azif, former Pakistani international. Just got that fire in the belly as he runs in, almost like a right-handed Muhammad Amir, perhaps. What an intimidating sight coming towards you as the batsman.
He's a big man as well, no?
Oh, he's the big man.
Come on, Vaida, hat-trick pe jana, Vaida.
And Zahir Amar just telling the new batsman Rajendra Pizal, just reminding him that the bowler is on a hat-trick. He must look like he's miles away there at the end of his run. As poor Rajendra Pizal, he got a bit of tap when he was bowling, but now he's going to face the hat-trick ball. Phil, could we see the first ever hat-trick in ECL cricket? Wahid Abdul on a hat-trick. And he doesn't get it. It was outside off stump.
Well left.
Rajendra Pizal just letting that one go through to the keeper. He'll be very relieved. I'm sure his heart was in his mouth as we see. Bowled. Bowled. That is how you do it. 3 wickets for Wahid Abdul, and for all our European viewers. That is what cricket's all about, seeing stumps go flying if you're the bowler. He's got 3 for 2 into his second over. This time, doesn't release the ball. Just didn't get the run-up right that time, so the bowler has that right to go back and try again.
You always have the same rhythm as a bowler, and so when you think the rhythm is not right, you just stop.
Abdul again. This time it's short outside off stump. Prodigious bounce there for the paceman. 29 years of age. Wahid Abdul. We've seen some stars born here for Dreux today. As you said, Ahmed Nabi with his century, but with 3 for 2 halfway through his second over. Wahid Abdul is the star of the moment. This is well defended by Pizal down to deep point. He'll get a single.
I mean, 3 for 3 in a 10-10 is pretty good.
An amazing performance, and could we see a 4th wicket, perhaps? I don't think we've seen 4 wickets for any bowler yet. We have seen 3 a couple of times yesterday. potentially the best bowling figures we've seen in the ECL right here. Down the leg side, and you can see that one flying through. A good take there by the keeper, Tahir Amar. Down the leg side. That one was flying through. Again, as a keeper, you need to identify that early as the ball is heading behind the batsman. Good footwork, make the ground, and then, of course, nice soft hands to catch that hard cricket ball. Wahid Abdul. Played off the back foot by Satwik Nadigodla. Out to point. Shazeb does the fielding. So again, when the bowler is owning the moment, so to speak, Phil, not that easy as the batsman to come out from the shed, to play those shots, take those risks when you're fighting for your survival as a batsman. And we've seen really both sides of the bat and ball dominating at times today. The continuum of cricket. It's an exciting game. This is short and edge down to find third man. And that beats the fielder, Niaz Hamza. Had a day to forget in the field, and that beats him for 4 runs. So Abdul finally goes for a boundary. He finishes with 3 for 9 off his 2 overs.
Must be one of the best bowling figures.
We'll have to check that, but 3 fors are pretty rare in the ECL. So with 3 for 9, Wahid Abdul take a bow. And he did more than once. Not only the 3 wickets, but the way he got the wickets really stamped his authority on this tournament as he cartwheeled the stumps, not once, not twice, but thrice. Mohamed Bhatti continues now from the Lhasa Casillas end. Push down the ground, Nadigodla. Tell you what, he had a pretty good view from the other end, and he's probably saying, I'm just fine to watch it from here. Good luck, you guys.
Oh, he's spinning the ball, and he's got good variations.
Sometimes the best place to bat is the other end. Bhatti comes in, patted back, hit into the ground there, so no chance of a catch. Pizal playing it back to the bowler. Mohamed Bhatti left arm around the wicket. Big swing, no contact. So that brought up the 50 for Cluj. So that's a milestone for them. Only 2.5 overs remaining in their innings. Next ball is on a length. Push behind point, Rajendra Pizal.
Can you just tell us, because it looks so easy, it looks as if we can all hit this out of the park. Why is it difficult to play against spin?
So when the spinner's bowling, you have to make your own pace. So sometimes that can be a bit more difficult. You have to get the timing quite right. There's a tendency to want to sometimes hit the ball too hard. And if you don't get that timing quite right, there's a small margin for error for the batsman. So especially good spinners, they vary their pace and they vary their length, and the way they spin the ball, and these subtle variations can work over the batsman and basically outfox him and force him into a false stroke. That's the end of the over. It's 52 for 5.
And how much does the pitch have an influence in spin bowling?
Well, the pitch has a lot to do with it. So when these spin bowlers, the slower bowlers, they're trying to spin the ball sideways. So the nature of the pitch, if it's drier, it tends to spin a little bit more. And yeah, the pitch in cricket is a big factor in what sort of bowling will be effective after this ball. 9th over begins. And Nadigodla pushed down too long off.
Just a single there.
But I love spin bowling, but I tell you what I do love, Phil, is fast bowling. And when it's really fast and straight, this is the kind of thing that we can see after this ball. Mohamed Shazeb comes in, hit on the pad, but not out. Yes, Phil, Wahid Abdul, the man, the headband, the legend. He disturbed the timber 3 times as Shazeb comes in again. This is up and high. It's a Maximo. Rajendra Pizal getting in on the action as he hits straight and true. And he'll be happy with that one as he went straight down the ground, hit the top of the sight screen. Next ball is shorter.
Easy one,
Hit
Sabah.
down to long off. Shy at the stumps. Backed up by our man, Wahid Abdul. It's very important you back up those throws. You don't want to concede any extras. And in a moment, we're going to have a look at Wahid Abdul and his impact on this game as he destroyed the Cluj innings. But for now, it's Mohammad Shazeb, 60 for 5. This is hit down the ground by Satwik Nadagodla and fielded. So this is the thing about these games. Sometimes we do have lopsided results, but still so entertaining. Some of the shots we've seen and some of the bowling we've seen today, it's been world class.
Catch it!
Up, it's in the air. I think it's going to fall safely, and it does. The fielders converge, overrun by the long off, but cleaned up. They'll get one, so one to Pizal.
And Wahid Abdul, not only is he a great bowler, but also he has a role to play in the field. And let's have a look at his performance. Wahid Abdul.
Well, it was almost like 10-pin bowling, wasn't it? There was stumps flying everywhere. 3 for 9, 3 bowls. Any chance of that bowl package? And we saw the leg stump go, the middle stump go, the off stump go, the off stump go again. Stumps flying everywhere. And Wahid Abdul, their hero in the field with the ball for the Dreux, the French champions. Now Rab Nawaz comes in to bowl the 10th and final over of this one. It's full, hits him on the pad. Not much of a stroke played at that. Umpire is going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Give him a leg bye. And so Nadagodla has been there the whole time as he faces Rab Nawaz down the leg side. Half an appeal. Should that flick the pad on the way through? Oh, yes, it did. So balls are not called wide if they hit any of the batsman's person or their bat. And, well, maybe he has extra baggy pants on. Umpire's always right. It's not a good length. Well bowled by Rab Nawaz there.
I think it was transparent trousers.
Sometimes, you know, these players, they wear the baggy pants these days. It can look like it doesn't hit the leg, but it does hit the leg. I'm never going to overrule an umpire. He's in the best position.
Come on, Nadagodla.
He has another go. Now, I'm pretty sure that one did hit him on the leg, and Nadagodla knows all about it as it hit him on the thigh away, as we've seen 3 leg byes in this over. So with 200 required and over from here, it's going to be quite difficult. We see the ball hit in the air down to long on. Niaz Hamza, he'll be relieved to get one cleanly for the innings.
Top scorer Nadagodla, he's on 25, so it's the last ball of this game. What will he do?
He goes, he hits, it's up, it's in the air. It's going to carry the infield, they'll get one. They'll try for 2, Nadagodla better step on it. But the throw is wide, so 2 runs. So Cluj are going to finish on 69 for 5 from their 10 overs. An admirable effort from the Romanians, but to be honest, they were never in the hunt in that target of 165. They go down by 95 runs to Dreux, the French champions. And look, Phil, as we said, that game, the result was a foregone conclusion for much of it. But didn't we enjoy the highlights, the runs, the wickets, the big hits of match 7 of the ECL?
It was amazing, and I'm going to... I'm really looking forward to the highlights package because we've seen some wonderful batting and some wonderful bowling, especially, of course, from the Dreux side, from France, 100 kilometers northeast of Paris. What a wonderful display of cricket here this morning. They definitely had something for breakfast that I don't know of.
And I'll tell you something about Dreux, the French champions. They actually share their home ground with 60 other cricket teams. So that means that they imagine sharing 1 cricket wicket with 60 other cricket teams. So They have to be quite understanding of all the cricket-loving people there in the northeast of France, but how exciting for them to win their T20 championship last year in France, to come out here on the world stage playing in the European Cricket League, and then to have those kind of performances. Firstly with the bat, Ahmed Nabi, 105 off only 30 balls, and then Wahid Abdul with his 3 wickets, all bowled. Didn't we enjoy that?
My highlight was the over of Pavel Florin, and I'd like to see at least 1 or 2 more balls of his over.
Yeah,
because
well,
that is the spirit of this tournament. It's not only about winning, it's also about participating in the biggest tournament in European cricket.
Yes, I couldn't agree more there, Philip. Pavel Florin, born and bred in Cluj, Romania, got into the game as a 32-year-old. So only playing a few years. How exciting for him to get out and bowl. And look, he bowled the only over that the French team did not hit a 6. So we take our hat off to him. That's what it's about. Of course, there's a big subcontinental population who are currently playing the game in Europe, but we want to encourage all Europeans to learn about the game, to get involved, find a local club. It is just the most fun. There's all the different facets, the batting, the bowling, the catching. You can play informally in the street, almost anywhere there's space, but the organised form of cricket, you make friends for life, learn real life skills, and it's a whole lot of fun.
And especially different cultures. I mean, the main thing about European cricket is that you learn about different cultures. So let's have a look at Cluj's batting. Singh, who batted really well against Rotterdam, got 42. He only got 4 runs this time. Vasu 8, Sivakumar 5. Then we had a duck by Sukaran Sahi. Satbir got a single, and then Satwik Nadigotla, he was the top scorer with a 27, and Rajendra Pisal 16 runs.
Yeah, that scorecard not really dominated by Wahid Abdul with his 3 wickets all bowled. And I feel sorry for Taranjeet Singh. He was run out, got his bat stuck in the ground and couldn't make his crease, and that really summed it up for the Romanians. The bowling for Dreux, well, as we said, Abdul 3 for 9 off 2 overs, a very good performance. And you can see all of their bowlers had economy rates of 10 or better. So a real team effort for Dreux. Also a wicket, Afridi Yassin. He opened the bowling and did a very respectable job getting the innings off to a good start. Also, Rab Nawaz came in, bowled the 10th over, did very well, only conceded 4 for his. And Philip, we now have Urvashi Yadav, who's down with the winners.
And the man of the match, Nabi.
All right, well, the first game of the day 2, and well, it made everybody sit up and take notice of the man of the match who's standing on my left, Ahmed Nabi, right? It's a little tricky name, but it doesn't matter at all, because what a bowling performance. He's actually scored a century in 28 balls, and there were no singles involved. So I'm going to ask you, has it sunk in that this is actually what you ended up doing on the field?
कैरियर आने के तुमने सेंचुरी बनाई है 28 बॉलों पे, तो क्या इसकी किस तरह यानी कि क्या आपका वो था, किस तरह बनाई सेंचुरी?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। तो मेरे रात को हमने एक मीटिंग करवाया और ताबिश भट्टी जो हमारा कैप्टन है उसने बताया कि कल आपको सेंचुरी करना है और आप में ये उसने उस पर मुझ पर इत्मीनान था कि तुम सेंचुरी कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ग्राउंड छोटा है और मुझ पे उसने बहुत इत्मीनान था। तो मेरा नेशनली गेम भी यही है जो मैं अटैक करता हूँ, जिस तरह ग्राउंड भी हो जिस तरह बॉलर भी हो मैं अटैक करता हूँ, तो इसलिए और आज मैंने सेंचुरी कर दी।
इसे last night we take the meeting with the captain and the team, all team. So the captain told me tomorrow you get the century and faster century, you're capable to get the century. Then I try my best, and I don't take the breakfast now, just in the morning, and he said I try my best for going for the century. Then he going the job done.
Yeah, because legend says that he did not eat breakfast in the morning, and apparently now that's going to become a ritual in the team. So no breakfast for you, probably no lunch for you, depending upon when you play. But of course, you're the first centurion of the European Cricket League, so big congratulations on that. A little comment on the conditions as well.
इनके कह रहे कि कंडीशन किस तरह के वो किस तरह की कंडीशन थी यानी कि आप कैसे लगी ग्राउंड कैसा था कंडीशन कैसी थी ग्राउंड गीला था इस तरह का
ग्राउंड बहुत अच्छा था विकेट भी अच्छे थे जो कि बॉलर ने थोड़ा लूज़ बॉल किया और मैंने उससे फ़ायदा उठाया और इसलिए मैंने अटैक किया उस पर और दूसरा बस मैंने जो नाश्ता नहीं किया था वो इसलिए नहीं किया था क्योंकि मुझ पे खुद पे गुस्सा आ रहा था क्योंकि मुझ में इतना टैलेंट था कि मैं कुछ कर सकूं और 2 मैचों में मैंने इतना ख़ास परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दिया तो कल सुबह जब मैं जाग गया मैंने नाश्ता नहीं किया मैंने सोचा कि मैं जाके बॉलरों को कहूँगा तो उसमें मैं कामयाब हो गया
It all the condition is the good but just the ground is the little the pitch is the the cloud but I try but the ball is not well they give me the flight ball they give me a short ball I take every ball and see again I don't take the fast break fast because yesterday it come he don't play the well his game he don't show his game then yeah he's angry he's in the mind tomorrow we go the attack off and take the maximum runs.
Well, thank you very much for joining us and the lesson learned you don't want to have him angry and definitely not. Okay, over to you guys.
Thank you, Urvashi Yadav, doing a great job there on the boundary. And Ahmed Nabi, what a performance for him. Dreux was sent in by Cluj after Cluj won the toss. And they put on a huge score of 164 for 6. Ahmed Nabi, 105 off only 30 balls. He scored the first 104 in boundaries, including 14 sixes, or as we call them here in Spain, 14 maximos. Ably assisted there by Afridi, Shazeb and Amai with double figures. On the bowling card, Mohamed Ahmed bowled with some skill to take 2 for 11 off his over. In reply, Cluj were never in the hunt. They staggered to 69 for 5. Satvik Nadagotla batted through the innings for 27 not out. The star with the ball, Wahid Abdul for Dreux with 3 for 9 off his 2 overs.
And when you have to chase 164 runs, you are hoping for the other side, the bowling side, not to bowl as well as Dreux did in the end. So, of course, it was a big blow for them when they saw, Dreux is actually bowling really well here.
Yeah, so a very one-sided contest here, but nonetheless, there was plenty of action. Coming up at the top of the hour, we have the next game of the ECL, which sees it's Findorf versus St. Petersburg. So we cannot wait for that one. We look forward to that.